Let's see. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. So, sorry about that. We froze up and I had to get some other things straight away on the back end there. So, anyway, while we were away, I was able to connect with that person that I was talking about who has Direct Express, Ssdi, and who has a pending deposit for the $1,400. So, this is good. So anyway, if you're just joining me, thank you so much for coming back. Or if you're new here, welcome. Please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button right down below the video as I will continue to help you through this. I just wanted to come back once again for another live stream and just be present for you. I know this is a really frustrating time right now as we're hearing some people already received the $1,400 like a week ago or a few days ago. Some people are having pending deposits on bank accounts, Direct Express, Chime, NetSpend, all of these places like this. Meanwhile, we have other people who have payment dates, and we have other people who have nothing. So it's a really frustrating time, and let's try to figure this out. Like I said in the last little stream there before we cut it off, each and every day we're getting a few more little pieces of the puzzle to put this thing together. So, it's interesting. Today being Sunday and the weekend upon us, tomorrow it's actually going to be very interesting to see what happens once all of these financial institutions open back up again and they start updating. I'm interested to see if a lot of people wake up tomorrow morning with some kind of pending deposit or something going on. I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping so. So let me see what I got going on here. Not much. Hang on. All right, so we'll get into the chat here in just a little while. I'll go through. I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can. But as I said earlier, as you can see, I'm here by myself. So I'm going to do my best to get through all the questions. If I miss any, please give me a break. I'm just doing what I can. If you have a question, I'm guessing somebody else has a very similar question. So if I miss you, again, I am not, please don't take it personally. I'm not skipping anybody on purpose. I'm just doing what I can to get through all of these questions. But I want to help you through this. This is going to be an interesting week. If you caught my video from just a few hours ago, I talked about wave 2. So as we know with these stimulus checks, from the last 2 rounds of stimulus checks, these things are usually pushed out in waves. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but it seems that the IRS typically pushes out these big waves of payments on Wednesdays. Again, I have no clue why they do this, but Wednesday seems to be the big day that they make these big, massive pushes. Now, typically, payments do trickle in throughout the week, the other days of the week, yeah, that's fine, but like the big, massive pushes usually come out on Wednesdays. So, I'm interested to see, considering last Wednesday, just a few days ago, March 17th, was the official payment date. As of that day, apparently they had 90 million payments pushed out the door. But yet, there's still about 68 or so million payments to go as of that day. So, I'm interested to see how many of us are going to see the money this coming Wednesday. Meanwhile, at the same time, a lot of people are receiving a mail date when you're actually going to get a physical check in the mail or one of those prepaid debit cards, which is actually going to be mailed out on Friday, March 26th. I've been seeing a lot of comments down below from many of you saying, March 26th, I'll get it in the mail. Well, okay, let me take that back. You're not going to receive it on March 26th. It'll be mailed on March 26th. Who knows how long it's going to take to get there? I've been telling everybody, anticipate 3 to 4 weeks for delivery. I know that seems ridiculous, but based on the $600 stimulus check number 2, it took about 3 to 4 weeks for most people to receive their payments. That's a very long time to continue waiting. That would put us in probably mid to late April that some of you could be seeing these. Again, ridiculous, right? So let me see what I have going on here for just a second. Again, still just hanging on here. So let me run through some of the really quick questions as I did in the last stream, but maybe you're new here and maybe we just want to run through this, and then I will call that person who left a comment on one of my videos just a little while ago, and this person said, hey, I have Direct Express, I receive Ssdi, and I have a pending deposit for the $1,400 on, yes, my Direct Express card. So we're going to call that person and hear their story from this. So yeah, there's not many Direct Express people out there who have a pending deposit. However, I've certainly seen a few over the weekend and late last week. So good stuff. But anyway, those of you who are getting really scared right now, maybe you receive SSI, maybe Ssdi, maybe Social Security retirement, or any of these other federal benefits, VA, survivors, RRB, and you're saying, hey, I don't have a payment date. I don't have a pending. I don't have a deposit. I'm getting really scared. Can you help me out? I'm afraid that I'm going to be missed out this time. Let me reassure you, you're most likely not going to be left out. As I've been saying so many times in my videos and the live streams lately, I would be willing to bet about 97% of you watching my videos and here right now will receive the money. You might be wondering, what about the other 3%? Well, the other 3% would encompass probably people that maybe don't have a social security number, maybe they were claimed as a dependent that maybe they don't know about it, and or they possibly earn too much money, making them disqualified for the money. Otherwise, the majority of the population in this country is going to be getting a stimulus check. I think I saw a number, something like 85% of the population is going to get it. So it's a pretty high percentage of the population, right? Especially many people here in this community. Like I said, I'd be willing to bet like 97% of you will be eligible. So, but anyway, if you're getting that not available status in the Get My Payment tool, as I said just a few minutes ago in that previous stream there, don't let that bother you simply because the tool is honestly not all that reliable. I mean, let's hear it. How many of you have a payment date of March 17th and it never arrived, right? We can't put all of our weight into that tool. It's just honestly not that reliable. It's not that great. It's a free tool. I mean, they put it together strictly for the tracking of the stimulus checks, and then it's like, oh, I don't know. It's not that great. So either way, whether it's updated or not, if you have the not available status, please don't let that freak you out. Just continue checking your accounts. Hopefully the tool will update someday and give you peace of mind, hopefully honestly at some point, or even better, you just get a pending deposit. I mean, honestly, who cares what the tool says? If you have a pending deposit, that's all you really care about, right? Whether the tool says not available and your money is showing there in your account, that's what matters at the end of the day, right? So anyway, I hope that answers some of your questions. Again, I want to hit on this one really quickly too. Child support will not garnish the stimulus check. It will not garnish it. So that's a question that I get quite a bit. Let me do this. Let me see. What just happened there? All right. So hang on a second here. So I will be getting into the chat here in just a minute. And again, I'll be going through as many questions as I can to answer for all of you. And then we will get into just continue answering all your questions. I'll do what I can to answer your questions and just to be present here for you. And I said, I am committed to helping you get this money. I will continue to be here right by your side, and I will help you through this time. I know it's really confusing. Let me see what I got going on in the chat here really quickly, and then we will make that phone call and hear the story from that person. Let's just see really quickly. I just like to get a little glimpse on the chat here. Yep, so let's see really quickly. I know there's a ton of comments. Again, just hang with me. I'm doing what I can here. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Frozen. Oh, man. We were frozen just a little while ago. That's why we ended the last one. I'm a ventriloquist now. I love it. Oh. Can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear me. At least to tell me if you can hear me. If we're frozen, if the image is frozen, maybe we'll just keep rolling with it, provided you can hear me. Hello? Oh, man. Oh, man, frozen. This is not good. Can you hear me? Okay, a lot of yeses. Okay, so you can hear me. Great. So here's what we're going to do. I hear a lot of yeses. You can hear me. You can't see me. Well, like one guy said, I'm a ventriloquist. Well, let's roll with it. Let's keep going. That's why we ended the last stream there. But you know what? Let's just keep rolling with this. Hopefully, maybe it'll come back at some point here, but who knows what. All right, you can hear me? Great, let's do it. Frozen, but you can hear me. All right, let's keep rolling with this. Let's do this. I'm going to call that person right now. So, hey, you know who you are. You're probably watching right now. I'm going to give you a call here in just a second. Let's do this. So let me go like this and pull up the number. Again, I want to be respectful of this person's number. So we're going to go like this. And give me a second here, everybody. Oops. Should have had this in line. All right, here we are. I'm going to put this person on speakerphone as soon as it's... All right, so we're... Oops. Hello, hey.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
You're
So,
still frozen, but everybody can hear you,
all
so
right,
you're good.
good. So we're frozen, but you can hear me. All right, that's good.
Yes.
All right, so you watched the channel, right? And you left a comment down below. What I reached out to you the other day, or just actually earlier today.
Yes.
I can hear me in the background.
I know. I'm trying to turn you down
Oh, I
because
was
you're
gonna
on my
say.
TV.
Yeah.
I streamed it, so I can talk to you. So here we are.
All right, so you are one of the
I
rare
got it turned down.
ones. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're one of the rare ones who you said you receive SSDI, you have a Direct Express, and you're showing a pending. Can you tell us a little bit of details? I mean, I know a lot of people think maybe a little bit feeling skeptical, like it's not a real thing. Can you just tell us, like,
Yeah. I happened to see in another, like, it's just someone posted that they had a deposit, or like a pending deposit, and I was like, bull crap, kind of like everyone else was thinking. So I went and checked my account, and sure enough, I sent you the screenshots. It was right there, and I was shocked, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw, a lot of people, not as many as I would have liked to have seen, and Facebook groups that, I've been sharing your videos in that were the same way. And everyone's been trying to figure out a rhyme or reason to it, but I called Direct Express after I saw the pending deposit, and they said that it would be available on the 24th. Well, and then I checked after they updated the Get My Payment tool. When you told us they did, I checked mine. I didn't check it that night because I was like nervous.
Yeah,
so I checked
right.
it the next morning, and it was there. And they said that it was going to be sent, that it would be available on the 24th. So, I sent you that screenshot as well. So,
Yep.
no one, and people in the groups and people on the channels are, being just thinking that people are lying, and we're not.
Yeah.
We hate that everyone hasn't gotten them. It sucks,
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like one of those things that nobody has control over. No one knows what's going on, really.
Yeah. So that's the
But
thing.
it's
Like,
definitely there.
yeah. Okay. Good. So you're showing it pending now. Okay. So you see it in the Get My Payment tool. Also, it's showing as pending, or it's showing as a payment date.
No. It's showing that they will deposit it onto my card on the 24th.
Okay, so that's what it shows in the Get My Payment tool.
Yeah, I sent you both of those attachments. But,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
can do whatever you like with them. But they're right there. So
Yeah.
it's definitely true. I'm not making anything up, and I don't think that any of the other people are either. I think it would be evil for people to do that to all these other people.
Yeah. No, I don't think people are making it up simply because of the volume of people that are writing saying, "Hey, I have a pending." There's just no way that hundreds upon hundreds of people would be doing that. There's just no way.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, but a lot of people are getting misinformed by other places. And I
yeah.
see that, and that's why I go in and I'm like, hey, watch this guy, and sharing your videos, because you do give the information that's actually accurate.
Yeah.
And so when so many things are being like tossed around by so many different people and so many groups, no one knows what to believe. And so, it sucks, but for other people and for everyone else and everything like that. But some of us have gotten it and almost feel bad about it, and it just sucks to just sit there and watch it and know that it could go away, or be scared that it can, because it's just so up in the air.
Right. And I've been saying in my videos lately also, I've been saying, hey, there's so many people talking about this stuff right now, and my commitment to everybody here is I will bring you the accurate information. I'll always be honest, and I always say, like, hey, if I mess up something and I say something wrong, I'll be the first to tell you, hey, I messed up. But according to my research and everything I've done, I feel like I'm very confident with what I'm saying. That's why I keep saying it, because I'm confident. If I thought I was wrong, I wouldn't say it.
Everyone else. No, I know that. And I believe that. And I was like everyone else in the chat up until I checked mine, and I still am slightly. But after watching you and listening to you, of course, you made me feel so much better, even before I got the pending deposit.
Yep.
Because it was kind of like, well, at least everybody's, you're not alone. But now the people that were like, all together and sticking together are kind of like pulling apart and like saying bad things to each other. And it's really sad to see,
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yes, I can see the comments too on the screen on my TV.
Okay.
I don't know who's asking stuff, but yes, I am on Ssdi through Comerica and Direct Express, and I got my first of the paper check. My second went on Direct Express, and this one is going to. So far, going to be there on Wednesday.
Okay. So that's, again, this is so interesting because other people have experienced this too. You got the first one as a paper check, which, okay, let me ask you this if you're comfortable sharing. How long have you had your Direct Express card?
It's been like 8 years.
Okay, so obviously more than a year, and you had the card when they sent out the first one. So again, why did they send you a paper check?
5336.
No good reason.
I don't really know. Yeah.
It's yeah.
And they I think they did that from what I'm hearing to everyone. I never really, looked that much into it back then because it wasn't really that much of a issue. And I didn't think to look to YouTube until this round, and I found you just randomly.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I did. So,
Yeah.
because you can ask my wife. I've been just losing it because you never know. Yeah, what's going on? All of these other people. So, I know why they're frustrated. I mean, I get it,
Yeah, no, that's why I continue coming back. I'm just like, hey, everybody, I'm here for you. I know it's incredibly frustrating. Yeah. It's that's the problem is we don't have the answers sometimes. We don't have the transparency. Right. What I think is not only driving everybody else crazy, but it's driving me nuts too. It's like, dude, we need some transparency. This is ridiculous. Seriously. I mean, we're going on a week and a half after the signing. Yeah, so...
And I sent you a message earlier. I did see that there are 2 different apps for Direct Express.
Okay.
But supposedly the gold is supposed to be for 5332 beginning number, cards beginning with those numbers. And the green one is supposed to be for 5115. I've had the same Direct Express app the entire time. And mine starts with 5332, and I've always gone through the green one. Huh. Never had a problem, never had an issue, not one.
Interesting point.
I mean... that is, and it says on there that you can register with any Direct Express card. So, I mean, I've been doing my research too, and whenever I've been commenting in your videos and everything else, so that way try to keep people informed that are in there that haven't seen it yet, or aren't reading far enough in, and so it's just kind of, just been kind of trying to, give them some peace of mind, but it's hard to see.
And that's interesting,
going through so much.
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating. And like you said at the beginning of the video, or when I called you initially, one of the first things you said, and I've been saying this so much too, there's literally no rhyme or reason for the distribution of these payments.
Right.
There's been a lot of people asking, are they going alphabetical? No. Are they going by state? No. Are they going by what? Like what? Seriously.
Know.
I've been saying, I swear there's people sitting in the back room of the IRS and they all sit around and kind of pull names out of a hat. I mean, seriously, I have no clue what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense.
I have no clue. I wasn't expecting it. Like I said, whenever I saw that guy's post, I was basically going to look at it to not to prove him wrong, which would be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And of course, I was like, holy crap. And I showed my wife and she was like, well, there it is. I was like,
right.
So I called Direct Express right then. And I got, they go through the thing and then they give you your balance and then your deposits that are upcoming, and it's for $1,400. It's not for my regular benefits, and my regular benefits are not that amount.
Yeah.
So, and they come in on the 1st every month.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, I don't know how they work all that out either. It's not
right.
I've never questioned it before, really.
Yeah. So, exactly. So, for everybody listening, as you can see, the person we're talking to here, she has Ssdi, Direct Express. She has the pending for the 1,400. So anyway, we wanted to have this phone call just so we could show hey, there are real people out there that have the pending. So if you're one of those that doesn't have a pending, I know it's incredibly frustrating, but you know what? There are some that are getting it. So why haven't you? Honestly, we don't know. We're still all trying to figure that out. That's why we kind of got to stick together through this and just figure out hey, seriously, we got to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But
yeah.
Well, cool.
I don't know if it matters that I did do the non-filer school last year.
Okay.
So I don't know if that plays any part in it at all whatsoever, But that's my information, and that's how it's affecting my life, and that's what's happening here. And I've seen it in groups, several other people. Not as many, and not thousands like I wish I'd seen, but hundreds of people, and those people are kind of getting beaten up and being called trolls and liars and stuff, and it's kind of okay, well, we're all in this together, and we can't help it that it happened, and we pray and hope, and we're here for everyone else too. You can see, I'm in here every night.
Yep. Right.
For every video. So I appreciate you, and everyone appreciates you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, thanks so much for talking. I'm gonna get back to the chat and see, but I really appreciate you sharing your story and just helping everybody else here too, and just keep the hope, everybody. I mean, seriously, keep the faith.
Yeah.
It's going to come, as I've been telling you. It's going to. Just the only question we have is when, and honestly, we don't know that, but we're trying to figure that all together. So, cool. Well, hey, thanks so much for the call. I really appreciate this. This was awesome.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Have a great night.
Cool. You too. I'll catch you on the stream here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. All right. So let me go like this. All right, let's go like this, and we'll get back into the chat. So there you go. So, I mean, obviously, there's not many, I'm going to be totally honest with you. There are not many people out there who have Direct Express and who are getting pending deposits right now. This person is one of like a pretty small handful of people that I've seen who have actually commented saying, I have a pending on my Direct Express, Ssdi here, or SSI here, or any of these combinations, and saying, I have a pending. There's not many, but there are some. And like we said just right there in the phone call, we don't know the rhyme or reason. It simply doesn't make any sense. But there are certainly people. So let me get back in the chat here and see what we can do. Frozen. A lot of frozen. Well, I think I'm still frozen. But you know what? We're gonna keep rolling with this thing. Keep rolling with it. I'll keep answering your questions. Oh. Okay, I hope, hang on a second. I hope everybody's still here and this thing's still going. Okay, hang on. Okay. You hear me? Okay, so everybody hears me. I hear that. I'm hoping that these comments are 8:27. 8:39. Uh-oh. These comments are from 12 minutes ago. I hope everyone's still here. Hang on, everyone. Maybe this whole thing is just, maybe I've been talking to myself the whole time. Hang on. Oh, here we are. I was just so buried in the comments. I was looking at comments from 12 minutes ago. Okay, there you go. Yeah, paper. Oh, there you go. Vince Lynn saying, hey, my girlfriend had a paper check on Monday. My friend's girlfriend had a paper check on Monday. Wow, that's super fast if that's the case. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. The 23-year-old Brian, I believe I'm saying your name correctly. Hey, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. You know what? What was I even going to say? Like, oh man, I do that sometimes. I totally forgot. Yeah, like somebody said there, like I said in my video earlier as well, the IRS, again, I would never take the side of the IRS. Trust me, I am not vouching for the IRS. I am always on your team, and we are on the opposite side of the spectrum of the IRS. But anyway, here's the deal with the IRS. To give them a tiny bit of a break, and again, I don't even want to say that, but here's the deal. They are processing they were at 6.7 million tax returns that were still needed to be filed from something this morning that they're still working on like 2.3 million tax returns from last year. Not only that, tens of millions of tax returns from this year. At the same time, they're trying to pump out the stimulus checks simultaneously. Again, no excuse, I get it, but we have to say like, okay, maybe they actually really are backed up over there. So that could be one of the issues. Yeah. So, yep. All in. I love the name. All in. Your stimulus check is being mailed on the 26th. And this goes for everybody. If you have a mail date of the 26th, when can you expect it? Well, as I've been saying, I would anticipate give it 3 to 4 weeks. Seriously. It could come sooner. Definitely. And I really hope that it does. But based on the $600 stimulus check that we had just a couple months ago, it took many people who had a mail date of January 6th. It took them basically until around February 1st until they received their check. So yeah, give it like 3 or 4 weeks. I know that's ridiculous sounding, but that's what we have to do. So continue checking your mail very closely over the coming days and weeks if you're expecting a paper check or one of those prepaid debit cards in the mail. Yeah. So, by the way, thank you so much to the person that I called there for your testimony. I really do appreciate that. That is nice of you to share your story. Yeah, right. Thank you, everybody. Nice. Um, yeah. Okay, good. So you're all here. Again, I'm super backed up on comments. Sorry. I'm not sure what's going on. I did see one comment saying it's YouTube. Apparently, YouTube is maybe having some problems with streaming. I'm not really sure. We haven't had this problem in a few days, so I apologize. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I saw a comment there about what about representative payees? If you're somebody that has a rep payee, just like your monthly benefits, your payment will go to your representative payee, and they'll get your money on your behalf once it is distributed to you. So once you have that payment date and once it starts going out to you, then they will receive it on your behalf. Now here's the deal. The stimulus check is not your monthly benefits, whether you're receiving Social Security, of retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, any of these federal benefits. The stimulus check is not a federal benefit. It's exactly what it is. It's an economic impact payment. Otherwise, we call it a stimulus check. It's the same thing. Economic impact payment is basically just the fancy name that the government gives it. But anyway, it's your money for the spending. It's yours to do whatever you want with. If you want to save it, you can save it. If you want to spend it, you can spend it. If you want to pay your rent with it, your utilities, your anything else with it, your phone bill, anything, you can do that. If you want to go out and shop with it and buy a bunch of groceries or new shoes or shirts or pants or shorts, you can do that too. It doesn't matter. This is for you to spend whatever you want. It's not your representative payee's money. It is yours to do whatever you want with it. So that I think is where some of the confusion comes in. Is some people think, oh, it's a monthly benefit. Nope, it's not. It's not counted as income. It's not counted as resources, and it is not taxable. It is literally just a stipend from the IRS to do whatever you want with, to basically go and stimulate the economy. Hashtag stimulus check. Get it? Yeah. So they're giving us this money because they want us to go out and spend it because they're afraid of what's going to happen to the economy. So they want us to go out and spend a bunch of money to prop it up. That's the deal with these. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Lee Ernest, I think is your last name. You're saying, hey, what about a direct deposit for SSDI into Bank of America? Yeah, exact same situation. So if you're waiting for a direct deposit into basically any bank, whether it's one of the big banks, Bank of America, Chase, Capital One, what are the other ones? Wells Fargo, any of these big banks, it's basically the exact same thing. Or if you have a small bank, it doesn't matter. I have a small, like, local bank, same thing. It's the exact same thing for me or any of you that have a big bank. Same situation. It's just basically whenever the payment is distributed by the IRS, then is when it should show up in your account as either a pending deposit or just a deposit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Freezes. Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely frozen. That's okay. We're frozen now. We know that we're just gonna keep rolling with it and see what happens. Yeah. Yes. Erica Ribeiro, I think is your last name. You're saying, hey, can I track a dependent payment on the Get My Payment portal? Um, I guess here's the deal with the last couple stimulus checks. Technically, it wasn't you weren't able to track it in there. I don't know why. It seemed weird, but for some reason you weren't exactly able to track the dependent payments in there. So technically your dependent payment should have come through or should be coming through with your regular payment. So for yourself, it should be coming through with that. If it doesn't come through, you can try to continue checking the Get My Payment tool, but maybe it'll show up there, maybe it won't. You can try it, but if it does not show up there, it should show up at some point. Not sure when, once again, but hopefully it shows up at some point. So that's basically all we know about the dependent payments. But technically, all of your money should come through as one lump sum. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's not. It's actually showing up as different deposits on different dates. So I know that's also another part that's really frustrating about it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Right. Exactly. Yeah, so exactly. It's the weekend. Not much is happening, especially on a Sunday. But like I said earlier, I'm hoping tomorrow morning a lot of people wake up and send out comments saying, "Hey, I got a pending. I got a pending. This will be great." So what I've noticed is this is what we're anticipating. Many of the pending deposits or payment dates for electronic payments are coming on the 24th. That seems to be the electronic payment date that we're all seeing. Many of you who are having these pending deposits, or like I said in the Get My Payment tool, it's showing the 24th. However, it looks like the paper checks, the paper, and the prepaid debit cards, those are scheduled for delivery, or I said that wrong, not delivery, but they should be going out from the IRS on the 26th, which happens to be Friday. And then from there, who knows how long it'll take to actually show up. If you want, you could always get the informed delivery app, which is through the mail to track your mail. But again, it sounds like that's only like a 1 day lead time, whereas in you get a picture of your mail that'll be delivered that actual day. So I mean, it's just a matter of a few hours in that case. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So Jimmy and his girlfriend, I think you're writing something. You want me to like check something? I don't have like any way to check your payment. I'm not like with the IRS or anything like that. I don't have anything. So yeah, definitely don't leave any personal information below. That's you definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't have any way to check it. The best thing you can do is just go on to the IRS Get My Payment tool. Track your payment there. If it doesn't give you any details there, the best thing I continue to tell everybody, check the Get My Payment tool literally once a day. That's it, just one time per day. Otherwise, you'll get really frustrated checking it multiple times a day and it not updating. It only updates once per day. Other than that, continue checking your accounts. Keep an eye on your accounts wherever you expect the money to be deposited. And hopefully, I really hope for you that a pending deposit will show up at some point. Yeah. Yeah, Skyfire. You're saying, hey, I'm on Ssdi, or I think you're saying, you're on SSI. So Skyfire, you're saying, hey, I'm on SSI. I'm getting a not available status. What does that mean? It simply means that the IRS has simply not processed your payment yet, and or it just hasn't updated in the portal. So again, don't let that freak you out all that much. Just continue checking back and continue watching your accounts wherever you expect the payment to go, whether it's a Direct Express card, NetSpend, bank account, Chime, PayPal, any of these payment methods, it could be is where you will receive it. Right. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying, hey, Direct Express here, nothing pending. Yeah, you know what? You're not alone. Most people with Direct Express don't have anything pending. That's why I continue to say, here, we're on a Sunday night, right? Sunday night, typically not a whole lot updates. However, in the morning, it'll be a brand new day, a weekday, Monday morning. Who knows? You might have something then. By the way, for those of you in the morning or anytime that you get a pending deposit, do everybody a favor. Come back to any of my videos. Most likely the most recent would be best so that many people can see it. Leave a comment and say, again, if you're comfortable doing so, only share what you're comfortable doing so. But again, don't leave personal information, but just maybe say something simple like, hey, Ssdi here, Direct Express, I have a pending. Or SSI here, I have Direct Express, I have a pending. Or maybe Ssdi here, Direct Deposit, I have a pending. Things like this, just so everybody can kind of get a glimpse of, okay, these people are getting their deposits, right? Or pendings, just so we can always kind of keep a pulse of what is actually happening. Yeah, right. Alyssa Mendoza, hey. So, Alyssa Mendoza, you said, my parents claimed me as a dependent, but they did not claim me this year. I don't see anything pending. Yes, correct. You wouldn't see anything pending. Here's why. When you say your parents didn't claim you this year, are you actually referring to 2020, as in when they filed their 2020 tax return just sometime this year? I'm going to anticipate you're talking about 2020. They didn't claim you for 2020. If that's the case, you're actually not going to automatically receive a stimulus check. According to the guidance from the IRS, you need to file a 2020 tax return and be sure that you claim the recovery rebate credit. At that time, once you do that, You would then receive the $1,800 from last year, the $1,200 plus $600, the two stimulus checks last year, plus the $1,400 from this year, a total of $3,200. That's why you're not seeing any updates, is because you need to file that tax return, Alyssa Mendoza. So hope that helped you out. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, let's see what else we got. Right. So, Ben Swallow, hey, you said that you filed your taxes for the first time this year. I think you said you're on SSI and it's not showing any updates. Again, as soon as the IRS processes your tax return, whenever that is, they should issue your $1,400 stimulus check at some point. Again, remember, as I said earlier, again, I don't want to take any sides on the IRS because I'm certainly not going to do that, but the IRS could be very backed up right now with all of the tax returns that they're processing from last year, plus the tax returns that they're processing from this year. So it may take them a little bit longer to process everything right now. So if you filed a 2020 tax return, it could still be in the processing phase. If that's what's going to happen and you input in your direct deposit information, when they get that information into the system, they should automatically process your payment, your $1,400. Let's see what else. Really? Todd Telbert, you said as far as the 26th, you said that's the actual delivery date. Is that what it says in the tool? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have not actually physically seen or know what it says word for word on the tool for those of you who have a delivery date of the 26th. So if somebody wants to share exactly, I mean like copy and paste it right off of the tool and share it with us, I'd be interested to know exactly what it says. Does it say that's what date it's going to be mailed out, or is that the date it's supposed to be delivered? If that's the delivery date, that would be awesome. That would be huge, right? That'd make a huge, huge difference if that's actually the delivery date, as Todd is saying here. Yeah, Pam K says that people are putting their social security number in here. Yeah, if you're leaving your social security in the chat here, I have not seen it, but if I do, I'm absolutely going to delete it. Please do not leave your social security number in here. If you're one of those people, delete it immediately, please. Go back to your comment, find it, and delete it for us. Do not leave your personal information in here. That is very bad. There's a lot of people that can see that. Do not leave that information in here, please. Yeah. Yeah. What about net spend? Who's this? Marilyn Manso, I think is your last name. You're saying, hey, what about net spend? Hey, good question. Same thing as like Direct Express, Chime, bank accounts, things like that. Basically, it's kind of falls into all these other categories. Whenever the IRS issues your $1,400 stimulus check, that is when it should post as a pending deposit on your net spend. Again, I wish I had better answers for you, but that's basically all that we know at this time. It's just whenever it pens. I mean, whenever it's distributed by the IRS. So again, I think this week is going to be a pretty big week for many of us here. Last week was all of those direct deposit people in their bank accounts for who filed a tax return. This week, it's going to be all eyes on the next wave of people, right? As I've been saying. So I'm really crossing my fingers that the majority of you get your payments this week. I'm really looking forward to that. Again, not many people, again, I shouldn't say not many people. Again, the payments that are going to post this week unfortunately are not going to encompass every single person that is owed a payment right now. Like I've been saying, unfortunately, some people are not going to receive their payments, and then we'll need to come back and figure out what you need to do if you need to take any further steps, or if we need to do anything to get you your money more quickly, right? So I'll continue to be here for you, which is why I always say you got to make sure that you're subscribed, as I will continue to be here for you as your daily advocate, helping you through this in any way that I possibly can, bringing you the latest updates. So thank you so much to all of you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and I promise I will continue to be here for you each and every day. Yes. Yes. So what else we got going on here? Yeah. Yeah, Bullfrog, yeah, that's absolutely correct. It is. If you file a tax return, you're absolutely correct on that. So that's the unfortunate part. Yeah. A lot of people just pointing the finger at different people and or government agencies. Yeah, right. Hey, let's see. Yeah, okay. So, Erica Ribeiro, you're saying we scheduled your payment to be we scheduled your payment to be mailed on March 26th. So, Erica Ribeiro, I'm guessing you're copying and pasting that right out of the tool. It sounds like the language right out of the tool. So, yeah, she's saying it says right in the tool there on the Get My Payment tool, we have scheduled to mail your payment on March 26th. So, if that's the case for it to actually be mailed, again, I would anticipate wait a few weeks for it to actually show up. Of course, hopefully it arrives much more quickly than that, but you just never know. I would say continue checking your mail very, very closely over the coming weeks as after that payment date or after that mail date. So just continue checking your mail very, very close. If you happen to discard the check or the prepaid debit card on accident, it's just going to back you out a couple months. The reason being is then you got to call the IRS, tell them your situation, and they need to issue you a new payment. That's a whole big headache that you definitely don't want to get yourself into. Yeah, Sea Breeze saying, hey, I'm going to check at 1 a.m. Do it. Yeah, definitely. If you're awake then, feel free to do it. Yeah, exactly. Right. So Kyle, you said that you have a payment date on the Get My Payment tool of March 17th. I actually found some information on that today. If you have a payment date of March 17th and it never arrived, basically what they're saying is, well, lucky you might be one to get a paper check. That's basically what the information I was finding today. So, unfortunately, if you didn't receive your payment on March 17th, of course, continue checking your accounts just in case it shows up, but also continue checking your mailbox. And also, every so often, feel free to check the Get My Payment tool just in case, for some weird reason, it actually updates and gives you more information. Some of you are pretty funny. Yeah, Teresa Beckford, yeah, I agree with you. Okay. Who's this? Yeah, something, I apologize, I'm not catching your first name, but it says something Robinson. You said, hey, I'm on SSDI. I filed a tax return. I believe you said you filed a tax return. Yeah, you filed a tax return. You're on SSDI. You worked, and you claimed your 17-year-old son. I believe you said. What about you? Well, again, since you filed a 2020 tax return, that's good because now that the IRS has that tax return, it may be still in the processing phase. They could still be processing that 2020 tax return at that time. Since you claimed your 17-year-old on your tax return, that's awesome. The reason being is now you're going to get the $1,400 for you and your dependent, $2,800. The best thing I can say is I really hope that you included your direct deposit information, whatever that may be. I hope you included your direct deposit information on your tax return. Once that they get that information and they process your payment, you should get your payment for the $2,800 for you and your 17-year-old deposited into your account, wherever that is. Yeah. 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 So, hey, everybody, I just saw a threat come through. Hey, I just saw a threat come through. Hey, guys, just seriously, be nice to each other. I mean, I don't want to be like the referee, but seriously, I mean, let's just kind of stick together through this. And like, I know it's really frustrating. I know tensions are high right now. I know it's really easy to get, worked up with other people, but seriously, let's just kind of help each other out through this. But seriously, all at the same time, let's not insult each other either. Seriously, right? Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see what else. By the way, Lee F. I believe it was Lee F. that left a comment. I was reading it right there, and I had to jump in, but I believe it was Lee F. I don't remember your exact comment. I have to be honest with you. I lost it. It got buried really quick there, but I did read it through, and you said something about like your friend's mom payment yet, and maybe like your dependent or something, no payment yet. Your represent payee. Yeah, exactly. The best thing we can continue to do is just continue watching for it. Seriously, watch your accounts, watch the Get My Payment tool, and hopefully we get some kind of update and or a pending deposit. Here's the deal. If you get a pending deposit or just a straight up deposit, that's even better because then the money is released to you. If you get any of those things in your account like that, I mean, you don't need to check the Get My Payment tool anymore, right? Once you have it pending, you're basically good to go. The money's right there for you. It's just waiting for it to actually be cleared. So at that point, you probably don't need to check the Get My Payment tool anymore. All right. A lot of Frozen. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, hey. Definitely Rach, I think is your name. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Todd Telbert, hey, I appreciate that. So, yeah, there's a little bit going back and forth about the week of the 26th. Either way, if you have a date of the 26th, watch for it. Seriously, if you have a date of the 26th, watch for it going forward. In your accounts, in your mailbox, just recognize a paper check or prepaid debit card. You could receive either of them. By the way, for those of you who may receive one of those prepaid debit cards, I have a website for you. You might want to write this down. You don't know if you receive one of those prepaid debit cards, but if you do, I have a website for you if you need to get information on it. Here it is, eipcard.com. So EIP, which stands for Economic Impact Payment, card.com. So might want to write that down, just kind of set it to the side. If you get one of those cards, you might need to use that website as additional resources. Yeah. Yeah, Ssdi, who's that? Sorry, I didn't catch your name, but you said Ssdi? Yeah, you're included. At some point, you should be receiving your check. In theory, you shouldn't have to do anything to get the stimulus check. They should automatically, I keep hearing this thing talk. They should automatically process your $1,400 stimulus check if you're on Ssdi. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah. A lot of, oh gosh, a lot of interesting comments here. Wow, everyone. I am really backed up. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Tara Scott, you said, hey, I got my money in my bank. How can I get it for my dependent? I'm guessing here's the deal. Did you claim your dependent did you claim that person as a dependent? If you did not claim that were your dependent, you would need to file a 2020 tax return if the IRS and or Social Security Administration does not already know about that dependent. So that's how you could get the extra $1,400. I know it's not ideal, but that's what they are saying. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Twisted Dreams, I believe is your name. So you said that you filed a 2020 tax return. You got the $1,800 from last year plus the $1,400 from this year. Congratulations, by the way. That's a lot of money, $3,200. But you did not get it for your, I believe you said, son, you are the representative payee. Again, I hope that you claimed your son or your dependent as a dependent when you filed your 2020 tax return. Provided you did that, you should be getting the dependent payment at some point. It may not arrive along with your payments, but it should arrive at some point as a separate payment since it didn't arrive with yours. So I would just say continue watching for it. If you don't get it eventually, well, you filed the 2020 tax return, so I'm hoping that you claim that dependent. If you did, again, it should be arriving. Yep. What else? Oh, yeah. Jonathan Price, you said, hey, I have a delivery date or I have a payment date. It was not deposited into my account because the account is closed, or maybe you said it was the wrong account. It's going back to the IRS. Yeah, so you'll be expected to receive a paper check or a prepaid debit card in the mail. So I believe that was Jonathan Price. Yeah, so hey, continue checking your mail for that. They will issue it as a paper check. Yeah, Todd Albert, hey, you're welcome. I appreciate you reaching out and telling me for some additional clarification on the 26th. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's very helpful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Chris Forbes, I think is your last name. You're still getting the what is this? Yeah, not enough information still. So hey, if you're getting the not enough information or need more information in the Get My Payment, you should be able to update your information right there in the tool. So check that out, right there in the tool. You're one of the very few people who can actually update information in the tool there on the IRS website. Really? Huh. Somebody said that their mail person told them that the stimulus checks are held at the post office in their local area there on Mondays and Fridays, I believe you said. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I think your name is Zanetti. Zanetti 51. Again, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Zanetti 51. Hey, I've seen you around for a long time. I really appreciate your continued support. Thank you so much. But you're asking about the Get My Payment tool. Yeah, I've seen different things, and I've had people go back and forth and say, no, that's not true. I don't honestly know if it's true, but this is what I have found when I've done research on this. It sounds like they allow you to access the tool 3 times a day. And it sounds like if you try to access the tool and you enter in wrong information, I believe it's like 3 times, or maybe it's more than that, they actually lock you out for 24 hours. So yeah, that's just what I've heard based on the research I've done. So, like I said earlier, maybe only check the Get My Payment tool like once per day, simply because it only updates once per day. So that's probably all you really need to do. Yeah. So Stan, Stan, you said it came through onto a joint checking account last time you got it on your PayPal account. Exactly. That's why you got to check all your accounts. You never know what the IRS is going to do or which account they're going to put that money into. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad you got it though. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people just saying basically nothing pending yet, no payments yet across the board. SSDI, SSI, no pending deposits. Direct Express, nothing pending. Wells Fargo. I'm really interested to see what everybody says tomorrow when the banking institutions open up once again and update everything. I'm really interested. Again, if you happen to be somebody that gets a pending deposit or a deposit of any kind, please go to my most recent video, maybe one from like this afternoon or this morning or something like that, provided it happens overnight or in the morning. If I don't have a video up in the morning yet, my most recent video, go back there and leave a comment and just say, hey, I'm pending, here's my situation, and just so everybody can see who is getting the money. But like I always say, I'll have another video up right away in the morning, again, with all the latest information, and I will continue to be here for you every single day. So thank you so much, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Mm-hmm. Um, Hey, Keith Brown. Keith Brown, you're asking, does the IRS update on Sunday nights for Monday morning? Hey, Keith, what I would do, just check it in the morning. You're talking about the Get My Payment tool. It updates overnight according to the IRS agents that I've talked to. So, Keith Brown, what I would do if I were you, just check it in the morning. When you wake up, just check it then. If you sit here all night, you're not going to get any sleep. You're going to get all worked up. You know what I mean? So, just get yourself some sleep tonight and just check it in the morning and help you, Keith. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Oh, wow. Troy Hamilton, I checked to get my payment tool 7 or 8 times today. Okay, if you could get in that many times, that's awesome. Okay, who's this? Jennifer? Jennifer Bailey. Hey, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Jennifer Bailey, you're saying, hey, SSDI here for over 9 years. Do I need to file? I believe you said, yeah, do I need to file a 2020 tax return? Technically, no. No, you don't. If you're receiving any of the federal benefits that I typically talk about, Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, those are the federal benefits that I talk about. If you receive any of those, according to the IRS, no, you don't need to file a 2020 tax return technically in order to receive the $1,400 or any of the stimulus checks for that matter. They would automatically process your $1,400 and put it into your account in which you typically receive your benefits. That goes across the board for everybody. So I hope that answers your question there. Yeah. Who? Hmm. Huh. Give me a second, everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What else did I do? Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Got it. If you froze again, hey, RTR, hey, great to see you again. Thanks for the message. Yeah, Keith Brown, hey, you're welcome. Hey. Hey, I don't know your last name. I'm not catching this. Like Yakir Robinson or something like that. Hey, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Dude, I answered your question like 15 minutes ago. You're talking about SSDI. You worked. You claimed your dependent. Just I don't know when it's going to update. You said you filed a 2020 tax return, dude. Just keep checking your accounts for your tax return, your tax your tax return, your tax refund, as well as your $1,400 stimulus check. So wherever you're expecting to receive your money there, just continue checking that account and feel free to check the Get My Payment tool for your updated information there too. So hope that helps you out there. Oscar something Pitbull. Hey, I love your name, but you said I'm frozen. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. We're just going to keep rolling with it for a little longer here and see what we can do. Yeah. Catherine Martinez, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, frozen. Right. A lot of people saying, hey, nothing pending. Yeah. hmm Yeah, Lisa, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad. Yep. Oh, wow. Right. Yeah. Hey, Zanetti51, hey, you're welcome. Right. So, again, so, right. Sorry, a lot of political comments going through again. Again, no comment. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Let's talk about the third stimulus check, this $1,400. So somebody just asked, hey, I'm on SSI. Do you think I'm going to get it? Yeah, of course you are. As I've always said, all of you are basically grandfathered in to receive these payments. All of these federal beneficiaries, all of you that I advocate for, Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB beneficiaries. You're basically grandfathered in. Here are the few things that would exclude you from receiving the payment. Number 3, you earn over the income thresholds. Now here's the deal. If you're receiving any of these federal benefits that I talk about, basically the only people that could earn over the income thresholds would be Social Security retirement beneficiaries. They're the only ones that could technically earn over the income thresholds without losing their benefits. Everybody else across the board, if you earn too much, you lose your benefits, right? Everybody knows that. So only that small group. So basically, if you're watching, like I've said before, basically 97% or so of you, by my estimation, in this video and everybody that watches my videos will get the money. There's that 3% who unfortunately probably won't get the money simply because maybe they don't have a social or they were unknowingly claimed as a dependent on somebody else's tax return. In that situation, the money goes to the person who claims them as the dependent versus the actual dependent. Hey, Gabby G, I think is your name. Gabby BG. Gabby, I believe your name is Gabby. Hey, you're saying, why do I rarely hear anything about disabled veterans or VA beneficiaries? I think you're asking. Yeah, very little on VA recipients. Well, like I just said, all of these federal beneficiaries, in the eyes of the IRS, are all lumped together. So, like I said, VA is in that group of beneficiaries, of federal beneficiaries as they are identified as by the IRS. So, all of these beneficiaries are grouped together from the IRS. So, With that being said, it's just when I refer to one group, I'm essentially referring to everybody essentially. So I don't single out any particular group necessarily, but rather I just say, hey, all of you are included with all of the information that I talk about. So I hope that answers your question, Gabby. But basically, anything that I talk about pertains to disabled vets and VA beneficiaries as well. I hope that answered your question there. But either way, I'm like I always say, I'm an advocate, literally all of these groups of people. So thank you. Yeah. Let's see. Frozen. Frozen the whole time. You know what? I'm not sure what the deal is. From earlier, we started up with a stream and it froze right away. So we were only doing that for about 15 minutes. I ended it hoping that it would start up again, but clearly this one didn't. So for whatever reason, it's still frozen. I just said, let's just keep rolling with it. And who knows? Maybe I'm making a funny face or something. Who knows? But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, freezing up. Hey, Earl Black, hey, you're very welcome. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so Rob West. All right. So somebody else is asking, what about child support? Yeah, if you owe back child support, it will not garnish your stimulus check. You should be receiving it if you owe back child support. Yeah, so you're good to go there. Let's see, Frozen. Hey, thank you. Hey, Butch, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, I'm just looking down, not a bad picture. Okay, good. All right, so let's do this. A lot of people saying Frozen, a lot of questions that I've already covered. So let's do this. Obviously, the video is not working all that well. There's a lot of political comments going through in the chat there. Let's do this, everybody. It's a Sunday. It's like 9:20 Central Time, 10:20. Let's wrap it up right here, okay? Obviously, things aren't going that great as far as the video goes, but let's do this. Let's leave it there for now. I hope I answered a lot of questions. Yeah, right. President Matt. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely do not want to be the president. I just want to be here for all of you. I want to vouch for all of you. That would be. I don't know. I don't want to be in that position right now. That's for sure. I just want to be right here helping all of you. So anyway, let's leave it there for now. As you know, if you've been following me for any length of time now, I will be back right away in the morning with the latest updates, and I will continue to be here for you all throughout the day tomorrow. I'm going to hammer down. I'm going to do a bunch of research tomorrow, considering it's back on a weekday, Monday. I'm excited for things to open back up again. I'm excited for things to start updating again. Who knows? Maybe I'll jump on the phone and make a bunch more phone calls, maybe to the IRS, maybe to Direct Express, maybe I'll call some banks, maybe I'll call, what? I have no idea. You never know with me who I'm going to call, what I'm going to do. Seriously, I'm a wild card. You never know what I'm going to do at any given point. So either way, I'll continue to be here for you. I will continue to be your advocate, and I will continue to work through this and give you the answers that you need until you get the money. And even after you get the money, I will continue to be here for you because believe it or not, there's actually a lot still coming down the pipeline for in the next couple of months here and throughout this year. So there's a lot coming still as far as stimulus and more free money potentially coming down. So I'll continue to be here no matter what. But either way, let's leave it here for tonight. I'll be back right away in the morning with the latest updates, and again throughout the day tomorrow with a couple more videos. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I apologize about the video. I'm not sure what's going on, but at least you can still hear me, right? Like it's like Clubhouse now, right? We're in the club, and all you can do is hear me. That's it. For any of you who are in Clubhouse, you know what I mean. But anyway, kind of funny. All right, anyway, have a good night, everybody. I hope this helps you to some degree. No matter what, I will continue to be here. Thank you so much for all of you who are subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and I am committed to helping you get this money as quickly as possible. Have a good night, everybody. Sleep well. Don't fret about all this. I promise you, the money will be coming. It's just a matter of when at this point. And I will continue to be here right by your side, guiding you through this until you get that money and beyond. So thanks again. Let's turn this thing off and let's grab some sleep, and I will morning. So there we go. Sorry about that. That's kind of loud. So, all right. I will catch you in the morning. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you soon.